When we bought our lake cabin, it was supposed to be our sanctuary, a peaceful retreat from the chaos of the world. My family had been dreaming about summers spent swimming, fishing, and enjoying quiet evenings by the water. Little did we know, our idyllic getaway was about to collide with the HOA's version of fun. It all started one Friday afternoon. I pulled up to the cabin with my wife and kids, ready to relax after a long week, only to see a massive crowd milling around the dock and shoreline. At first, I thought it was a local festival, but as I approached, the chaos became unmistakable. Karen, the HOA president, was waving her arms and shouting instructions, directing what looked like hundreds of people into my private property. "Welcome, everyone. The lake is open for our summer party," she yelled, completely ignoring my presence. I froze for a second. Did she really think she could just invite 230 people to someone else's private lake? I stepped forward, trying to reason with her. "Karen, this is private property. You cannot just invite hundreds of guests onto our land." Her response? A dismissive laugh. "Rules are flexible if it's for the HOA. Besides, we sent invitations, so it's practically community property now." I realized reasoning with her was useless. I had to act fast before hundreds of strangers trampled our lawn, launched boats from our dock, and turned our peaceful cabin into a nightmare. So I did the only thing I could. I locked the main gate. The reaction was instantaneous. Karen screamed like someone had just stolen her crown. "Open this gate right now," she yelled, banging her fists against the metal. Her guests started shouting, demanding entry, clearly expecting my property to be a public playground. "Karen," I said calmly, "this is private property. You and your guests have no right to be here." She turned red, her face contorting in fury. "I'm the HOA president. You cannot deny community access." "Wrong," I replied. "Being president does not grant you ownership. You are trespassing. Every guest you invited is trespassing. And if anyone damages the property, you and the HOA will be held fully responsible." Her smile disappeared. Her voice wavered for the first time. You can't do this." I shrugged, leaning against my truck. "I just did." Minutes later, the police arrived. Karen had already called, screaming that a homeowner was denying the HOA access and threatening to shut down summer events. Officers quickly assessed the situation, listened to my side, and reviewed my deeds and property papers. Karen's arguments fell apart instantly. She was outraged, but there was nothing she could do. The crowd outside the gate murmured, confused and annoyed. Karen's authority had evaporated in seconds. Some of her guests muttered about leaving, realizing that their community party had never been legal. By the end of the day, Karen and several board members were facing complaints for trespassing, harassment, and attempting to organize an unauthorized event on private property. My family finally had our lake cabin back, peaceful and secure. Karen, however, was left fuming, screaming at the gate like a child denied candy. The lesson? Never underestimate a homeowner who knows their rights, and never assume that the HOA can override private property laws just because someone has a title. Karen learned the hard way that authority does not equal ownership, and that one simple lock can protect years of hard-earned privacy and peace. As the sun set over our lake that evening, my kids swam in the water, my wife laughed at the memory of Karen's meltdown, and I leaned back, satisfied. Our sanctuary was safe once more, and Karen's reign of entitlement had been firmly put in check.